Shagal people, they are amazing people. I want to tell you something. Hey, you take a Shangal person, Uwisa Ashpazin Lakayala, buys a brown loaf of bread and acha. You take that person. Oh, this is amazing, man. You take, I'm a Shangan, and I do that. You take me to the mall, buy a loaf of bread and acha. Ah, clap hands, clap hands. You know, another thing I like about black people, Africans, because black is outdated, but black is beautiful but outdated. Africans, they are very economic. You go to KFC, you buy your full chicken, you start eating. You are black. After eating the soft meat, you are left with the bones. Do you throw the bones into the dustbin? No! Crack them! Because there is still something, there is still food inside the bone. And if you throw that bone away, you are wasting money, hard-earned money. Whites can't do that. There is a film that says white men can't jump. White men can't save. They are not economy. I'm sorry for leaving out the vendors. Vendor people are also amazing people, you know. If you get stuck and you ask for a sleepover at a vendor home, you better sleep with one eye open. Because what will happen is that in the middle of the night, I don't know, maybe it's because they don't trust their neighbors, they will always come to where you sleep and sneak over to see if you are still safe. You see, so you better be awake. Because if you are not awake, you might find that what they were predicting becomes true. So if possible, change the place where you sleep. Because when they come and find you there, you might be in danger. But not because of the people who have given you accommodation, but the other people around might be danger to you. That's how safe it is to be in Venda. It's so safe that your hosts will always be coming hour after hour to check if you are safe. You see. Wait, the Afrikaner speaking people, they are also so amazing to me. I said I wouldn't close this discussion without sharing this with you, so that the next time when you meet the Afrikaner people, you respect them for the honor they deserve. Because look, how do you read this? Whatever you read it in your language, you start with 2 and you end up with 5. It will be 25, etc., etc. But in Afrikaans, they go backwards, starting with 5. 5 and 20. 5 and 30. In other words, 5 and 20, 4 and 50. They go backwards. I think the Afrikaners could make a very big, effective political party, because when you move this way, they move the other way. That is not all. That's not all. How do you read this time? I know you'll say this is 10 minutes past 6. 10 minutes past 6. Now the Afrikaners, instead of saying 10 minutes past 6, let me tell you how they read it. There's 10 minutes voor 6. 4 means ahead, not past, but it's ahead. 10 minutes voor 6. 20 minutes voor 7. So the Afrikaners are very good in doing things backwards, forward. Not forward, backwards, but in the opposite direction. Because if now you change and say 10 minutes to 6. They're also going to spin and say 10 minute uur, which means it's 10 minutes over 6. It's past 6 to them. So when you say it's 10 minutes to 6, kumerati minutes kweka waranse, then to them it's 10 minute uur. I think that is something that they can only explain, they alone, because nobody else can explain this. So the next time you meet the Afrikaner, respect them for their oppo. Yeah, this time you can laugh. This is the last one. I'll release you now, but before, let me tell you the last one. My friend Benny had a very huge bash. He was celebrating the graduation for his LLB degree. Then invited all of us, his friends, his relatives, family. You know, when there's a party, everyone is invited. So, because now it was during the time when people, white and blacks, were integrating, were coming together, blacks going to the towns and whites going to the villages. So he invited one of his new friends, because in the past it was not easy to have a white friend if you are black, because Black Areas Act didn't allow you to move together or party together or whatever together. But now, because things were new and savvy and democratic, now we invited his friend, Marcos. Then Marcos, what kind of music do you like? Marcos said, no, I like jazz. They said, oh, don't worry. I'll organize a lot of jazz for you so that you don't get bored. I know my other friends, my family, they like tradition, but I'll get jazz for you. Here goes Benny to the music shop. Give me the Verangwena Jazz Band. How many? Give me Jazz Band Part 1. Give me the Verangwena Jazz Band 2. He came back with 10 albums of the Verangwena Jazz Band so that his friend wouldn't get bored. The Verangwena Timorio. Marco said, hey, Ben, what is this? Ben, this is jazz, man. You said you like jazz. This is the Verangwena Jazz Band. It's the band that plays the best jazz around. I said, no, I'm not familiar with this one. But it was jazz. And we all danced at the end of the day.